Hi, my name is James, and I'm going to be reviewing DEPSTECH's DS580. We're going to do an overhead shot. I'll be pretty much sitting here. I'm going to have my overhead camera looking down. The lighting's not great today, so it's going to make my camera a little not as clear as this one because I can't control the lighting just yet. I'm working on that for my overhead camera, but you'll get a sense of what it looks like pretty well. And then I'll also include some still shots that'll give you a real close-in visual of what this endoscope looks like. So let's get down to it. I do have to say, this is one sturdy, I wonder if it's waterproof box. Actually, it's very good, solid construction. It's got some heft to it. Like it's got feet on the bottom that'll keep it steady if maybe there was some water that came underneath, but this is nice. I'm just talking about the box. That's a hefty handle. It doesn't feel weak at all. Just got to pop these open, and man, they got some hefty. There you go. Right. All right. Okay. So now we got the egg cart on top. We've got the cutout on the bottom. Card there to show you how to hook up the cable with the camera. Nice, full color. Looks like, setup guide, instruction manual, in several different languages. Of course, being English, I do the front side. All right, let's look at that. Ooh, I think that cable's more solid than the previous ones. Now, on other ones that I've done, they've been 16 feet long. I think this is a 10. It might be a little bit more easy to wield. I've never had to use the full 16. And this is, it's got a trigger on the back. So pop, do. Look at that. Well, oh yes, thank goodness. We've got the micro SD card. They included it. All right, very cool. Typically that'll be about 32 gigs. Whoa, check out the brightness on this. Wow. I think I read on the box it's about 4-hour power time. I don't know if that includes the flashlight or not, but that is one bright light. Let's see, all right. Button on the top turns it on. Probably can't see it very well. No input. That's right. Need the cable from the camera. Makes sense, doesn't it? I'll just shut it down. I don't know if you have to, but I tend to not want to mess up anything here, especially until I get used to it. So it looks like I need to line up that notch there. Okay. Am I pushing in enough? There we go. There we go. Easy, easy. When the screws tighten really quickly and they don't grab on the way, you know it's been machined very well. That takes quality control and it takes iterations to get there. Good job. Okay, wow. That is one tight image. That is so cool. I know it's probably not showing at all very well. Here, I'm just kind of moving it around. Just kind of looking at it. It does so good at close up. Over the past year, I've kind of gotten a little into some videography with work and using a digital camera. And you pay some pretty big bucks to get down into a macro level with a camera. I wonder if they used a macro lens. Of course, that would mean the camera itself wouldn't show something of too great of clarity or focus from a distance. But if it is what I think it is, a macro lens, it might make more sense. Especially since typically you'd be snaking this around, automotive parts. I'm just thumbing through the windows trying to look at all the different features. that happen to be available. Mostly resolution, camera angle, whatnot, and saving to the card, formatting the card, which is pretty cool. I do notice that it says that it will do data transmissions with a computer, so I'm guessing you could hook this directly up to your PC now and do it that way. Makes me wonder if I just haven't been using that feature on some of the others I've reviewed in the past. But that's pretty good, man. This handle is solid. That's going to make it so much more easy to use. It was invaluable when I used this at when I was doing some wiring work, and it was just, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a DEPSTECH issue as much as it is I only have two hands, and so I was kind of snaking around, and I needed a third hand basically. But this one might actually let me kind of hold it off to the side, gives me a grip, and then I can kind of maneuver the cable. And if I have to grab anything or do something, just makes it a lot easier, lot easier. To work pretty much the same, which is good. I like consistency. There's nothing wrong with making improvements, but I never had an issue with it. It's got the typical navigation, and it just works. I don't have to relearn how to use it. So the device at its core is very similar. It's just so much more practical to use. I like the magnets. Basically, that pretty much pops on, screws on. I can't even remember at this point, but I think it pops on over the tip end, and basically, if you drop anything, and I've used this twice in my couch actually. One time I thought I had a pen I dropped, and it ended up I was magnetized to the couch. But it's not overly strong, but it does the job for small pieces for what it is. Of course, it comes with a hook. That is extremely useful, especially when I'm doing wiring type work, to grab a hold and find a cable and pull it in my direction or move it out of the way. That's been handy. Here's the USB. Okay, so that's the data transmission. I bet you money it was probably also part of the other ones in the past that I've looked at. It just didn't have the handle. Man, this box is solid. Yeah, I mean, that's just impressive. I don't know what to say. I wish all my equipment and tools would come like this. Yeah. So I'll say this: when any manufacturer company puts together a good device, right, a premium quality product, and gives you a hard protective case for it, how do you argue with that? That's just awesome. I think it should be standard. Great job, guys. Great job. What can I say? This is a truly solid product. I was impressed with the two DEPSTECH endoscopes that I had reviewed, previously. This one comes in a nicer case than any of my tools. This is definitely going to be mine. I gifted the second one. This one's mine. I may be gifting my first one. I love that handle. I like the fit and finish of the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm a little selfish. I'm keeping this one. I have a feeling I'm probably the one that uses it the most anyway, but it's amazing. That camera, wow. I would have never thought of it, but that my wife, she does gardening, and she could use that to take some really interesting shots of some of the insects that she encounters. She likes to do macro shots and whatnot, but they can jump away when they see a big camera coming at you. But this little snake gets right in there, and with that focal length, not to get to photography on you, you can get very close, and at that image resolution, hard part's getting close. It's not always just about the lens, although most cases in photography it sure is. But in this case, I'm sure somebody has thought of that before, but I don't know. So yes, it's designed primarily for the automotive or even plumbing specialties. I use it for DIY around the house to snake around. But my wife may be able to find some really good uses for it and have control over it for macro photography and video. So I love it. So anyway, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share this. I hope you found it helpful. And
alors, pour déjà, il faut brancher le câble. Alors, il faut faire attention parce que là, vous voyez, à cet emplacement-là, il y a un petit trou là, on va dire, et vous avez là aussi le repère. Voilà, excusez-moi, on ne voit pas très bien. Ici, et vous avez en fait un point rouge là. Donc je vais le mettre. Attendez, parce que je suis pas en face. Donc je risque de faire des bêtises. Voilà. Donc là, je l'ai bien enfilé. Et puis, il faut visser. Voilà. Ensuite, il faut appuyer sur le bouton là, en restant dessus. Voilà. Alors, vous voyez, là, il y a les changements, on va dire, de vue, puisqu'il y a 3 modes de vision. Je ne sais pas si vous allez voir. Hein. Voilà. Ici, c'est donc le menu. Donc, vous avez les différents menus. Parce que je ne suis pas en face, moi. Pas facile. Résolution. Donc, vous appuyez là. Voilà. Moi, j'ai déjà programmé hein, en français et tout, parce que par défaut, c'est en anglais. Là, pour remonter, donc voilà, les différents, la résolution, l'arrêt automatique, par exemple, ok, voilà, éteindre 15 minutes, on peut programmer ça, ok, le réglage de l'heure, alors, que je vous montre, mince, ok, alors en haut, comme vous pouvez le voir, en fait, parce que sur le coup, c'est pas marqué sur le petit dépliant, mais en fait, vous avez l'année, le mois, le jour, et en dessous, en fait, c'est les heures qui sont programmées comme ça. Donc, fallait le deviner, hein, sur le coup, j'ai pas, voilà. Donc, c'est quand on descend, on fait OK, 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 confirmer, voilà. En fait, c'est ça. Donc, hop. Et là, on retourne au truc. Bah, c'est assez simple hein, d'utilisation. Et puis là, si on appuie un coup, attendez, parce qu'en fait, voilà. Hop, 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 hop. Voilà. Si on appuie un coup là, ça prend une photo. Et si on reste appuyé un coup, 2 coups, enfin un peu longtemps, ça fait la vidéo. Et on rappuie pour éteindre, arrêter la vidéo. Quand on est en mode aperçu, ouais, c'est ça. Si vous voulez voir la vidéo ou la photo que vous avez prise, attendez, je n'ai pas prise de photo. Je vais prendre une photo de mon pied là, de caméra. Voilà. Et après, on fait OK. Attendez, normalement on fait OK et on accède au... Ah, c'est parce que je suis pas en mode aperçu. Ah bah non, ça marche pas là. Pourtant je l'ai fait tout à l'heure. Ah bah oui, c'est parce que j'ai peut-être pas... Là c'est la lumière, ah oui, ça c'est la lumière. Plus ou moins, voilà. Là c'est les différents changements, ah oui, de vision. Alors c'est bizarre, c'est pourquoi... Là j'ai pris la photo. Ah, là voilà la photo. En fait, il faut rester appuyé un peu, parce que là, je suis en train de bloquer la caméra pour pas qu'il y ait de lumière. Et en fait, voilà, c'est ça. Et donc, quand on est sur la photo, on va dans Paramètres et on peut la supprimer. Alors, supprimer toute, supprimer, voilà, le nom, voilà. Donc, je vais la supprimer. OK. Confirmer. Voilà. Pas pratique de faire la vidéo quand on, comme ça. Mais bon, voilà. Donc, en fait, bon, il est assez simple d'utilisation. Hein. C'est le câble est rigide. Hein. On peut le diriger comme on veut, justement. Ce qu'il y a de bien aussi, c'est qu'il y a ces petites... attendez. Cette attaches comme ça pour fermer le câble auto-agrippante. Comme ça, elles sont accrochées au fil, donc on n'a pas à les chercher tout le temps. Je vais faire un essai dans ma canalisation pour voir. Et puis, bon, bah écoutez, je pense que voilà, j'ai très contente. Hein, très contente de ce produit. C'est sûr que c'est le genre de produit qu'on n'utilise pas tous les jours, hein, mais ça peut toujours dépanner quand on a une fuite ou voir chercher quelque chose dans un endroit inaccessible. Voilà, enfin, bref. Il y a eu des cas de figure où on aurait eu ce produit-là, ça aurait été bien pratique. Voilà, ben, je vous dis au revoir. On voit bien l'eau là qui stagne là. Et puis là, c'est les différentes vues. Voilà, c'est l'eau qui stagne au fond de la canalisation là. Voilà. Et donc on peut faire une photo. Voilà. Et il faut se rappeler, hop, on repasse en... Voilà. Ok. Voilà. J'avais oublié de vous montrer qu'on pouvait défaire qu'on avait deux petits outils. On défait la tête. On peut visser celle-ci. C'est un petit aimant pour attraper si on a perdu un objet ou quelque chose comme ça métallique. Et l'autre, on peut visser. C'est un crochet pour attraper quelque chose, un câble ou n'importe quoi, quelque chose comme ça. Et on a aussi la petite pièce pour réinitialiser l'appareil si besoin. Voilà, comme dans le téléphone. Donc voilà ce que j'avais oublié de vous dire.
Okay, this is just a bit of an unboxing and a review of the DEPSTECH camera. So let's take a look. Comes in a nice case, as you can see. It's very nice quality. So very nice unit. Over here, we have the manual, USB cable, likely for charging it, and then I always love this with these cameras. It's the ubiquitous hook and magnet, and it looks like a little thing for removing a card of some kind, probably the memory card. All right, we'll take a look at that. So recording a video here, we'll see how that looks. Okay, different buttons for rotating and flipping it around. So you can flip the image. Go into settings. Quite a robust amount of settings in here. All right. Okay, so it's possible with this to select different cameras by pressing and holding the arrow button here. So you can switch to the side camera, the other side camera. There's a B and a C cam, A and B cam split, A and C cam, or back to the A cam. Now I found it odd. It would have been nice also to see a B and C cam so you can see, both sides of, let's say, a cylinder bore going in. Now keep in mind the camera on this is okay. It's not fantastic, and I'll show you it looks good on this small screen. If you do zoom it up to any larger size, it doesn't look fantastic at all. But for doing inspections or trying to find something or looking at what's blocking a pipe or trying to get that screw that dropped in a bilge of a boat, this is fantastic. If you're trying to see what's plugging the pipe, this is great. If you're trying to just do a quick inspection, look for scoring inside a cylinder wall, this will do that well, and the focus is really for up close stuff. The hook and the magnet are a really good way to try to get that good view of of what it is you're trying to find. So generally, pretty good device. Is it the best of class? No, but is it a good, decent, long-term, something you can throw in a toolbox that'll work well, that's not overly going to be very expensive? Yeah, this is pretty good for that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a preview of this really cool endoscope. So to power it on, you just hold down the button on top here. It's got a really nice high resolution screen on it. And you can see I've placed this little slip of paper in front of the camera there just so you can see the camera is high resolution. It's got a really good image on it. You switch between the two cameras by holding down this button, and then it'll switch to the side camera, which, as you can see, also has a really clear image, nice high resolution. We're going to switch it back. You can adjust the brightness by pressing these two side buttons here. That'll just turn the light off or turn it all the way up there. You can take a picture of anything you're looking at by pressing this button once. If you press and hold it, then it will start recording. You can see it counting down up here in the upper left corner, and it will save it to the memory card, which there is one included. So I'm going to turn that off. And then I've got a 1/2 inch piece of PVC here that I'm just going to show you real quick. We'll just run this in there, and I drew a couple of X's on the inside of it in black just so you could get an idea that it's a pretty good image, nice and clear, would be easy to detect any blockage. And then I'm also going to bring this over to my disposal over here. Let's see, I'm gonna set this down. Let me get the camera adjusted. Okay, and then I put a penny in here just so you could kind of get an idea of how clear the image is. I mean, you can see it's very high resolution, very detailed. There's that penny I dropped in there. Very easy to make out what's going on in here. So yeah, this thing is really slick.
Une caméra endoscopique qui peut s'avérer vraiment très pratique quand on recherche une fuite dans un endroit inaccessible, quand on veut regarder dans un mur, par exemple en enlevant une prise pour accéder derrière le mur. Donc c'est vraiment très pratique. Ça permet aussi dans un tuyau, voir un bouchon, par exemple, c'est tout bête. Donc c'est livré dans une petite mallette, comme ceci. L'intérieur, c'est bien protégé. Ensuite, donc on a le boîtier principal avec la batterie. Donc il a une batterie de 2000 mAh. On peut compter à peu près 2 bonnes heures d'utilisation. Ici, on a la partie caméra qui vient se fixer ici. Ensuite, on a des petits embouts qui viennent se mettre au bout de la caméra. Donc ça, c'est vraiment très simple pour changer l'embout. On vient dévisser ici la petite partie, comme ceci. Et on peut changer. Donc on va mettre un embout ici qui est magnétique quand on veut récupérer quelque chose. Un embout avec un petit crochet, par exemple, pour récupérer un câble. Ça peut être aussi utile pour une voiture, pour regarder au niveau du moteur les zones inaccessibles. Donc c'est vraiment très pratique. Ensuite ici, sur le côté, on a le port de charge USB, on a la carte SD, donc il y a une carte SD fournie de 32 Go, ce qui est plutôt pas mal. On peut faire des photos et des vidéos. On a aussi le petit câble qui est ici. Alors, pour l'allumage, il y a un bouton sur le dessus, on reste appuyé. Comme ceci, voilà. Ensuite, par exemple, un changement de vue, on appuie ici. On passe à la vue B, on reste appuyé, on passe à la vue C, on reste appuyé, on passe à la vue A. Pour mettre la lumière, on appuie ici ou on diminue. Voilà, tout simplement. Donc l'écran fait 5 pouces, il est plutôt pas mal en taille, la résolution c'est 1080, ce qui est bien suffisant. On a aussi les paramètres où on peut régler la résolution, arrêt, heure, langue, l'unité de l'écran, pour les formats et autres. Donc c'est plutôt pas mal. On a un produit franchement qui pour le prix fait son travail. Donc je peux que le recommander sans aucune hésitation.
So I bought the tool. Works good. It has a good view on it. The LED on the lighting works good. I'm a plumber, so I was looking for something, you know, affordable, something that I can use, you know, to do my inspections anytime I need an inspection. The only thing is, with this 50-foot line, it's bendable, so it's not strong. Every time I try to put it into my own sink just to test it, it kept bending. You know, like this thing is easily bendable and stuff. And so if you're trying to go straight through, and then every time you hit a corner, like it's just gonna bend on you. So if you're a service plumber or if you're trying to test your drains, forget about it. It's not gonna work.
La cámara.
Al otro lado. Tiene 12.
La cámara. La manguera, la cámara.
En la cama. Juguete nuevo.
No era para primero tengo y la pantalla. La tenés es pequeña, pero
Está fina, ¿sí?
I'm really impressed with the ability for this 5 megapixel camera to focus closely. As you can see how close I have the camera here to the circuit board. The resulting picture on the screen is really good. I've got a number of other endoscopes, and I think this provides the best picture of any of them I've seen so far.
As you can see here, this is a look inside of a bathroom drain. Maybe it isn't particularly the greatest thing to look at, but it definitely shows you what the picture quality is. This is a high quality endoscope, and I couldn't be more pleased with the pictures that it takes.
nice grip, and I love the flashlight.